Hello, I'm Richard Hooper, and this is SatTV. Now, I'm pleased to be joined by Jack Walters, CEO of XipLink. Thanks for joining us today, Jack.
Hi, Richard. Great to be with you again.
Now, Satellite 2023, XipLink announced a new product called XipNet. What drove you to develop this?
Yeah, as everyone knows out there, XipLink has been a leading supplier of WAN optimization products, technology for a long time that service providers buy. One of the reasons we created XipNet as a service was so people could buy very easily and implement quickly a WAN optimization and aggregation service. So we made the investment in a cloud architecture around the world to enable hosting of this capability. And then the aggregation market came along, driven by the LEOs that are now in the marketplace, combining LEOs with cellular, traditional VSAT, and other technologies, creating a need for an aggregation service. So we kind of combine those two things together, aggregation and optimization, to create a service for end users to optimize the links. Typically at sea, we're starting with maritime, anything on the move, and later fixed sites.
So, benefits to the end user. What does it actually bring to them?
Yeah, there's several things we bring to the end user. The number one thing is with combining our technologies, we'll give the end user 30% more throughput on their link. So, if they're getting 100 megabits per second right now, we'll get them to 130, assuming that the links have that capacity. We've analyzed our competitors. We've analyzed Leo, Starlink, OneWeb, and others on their own, and we can very regularly provide 30% more throughput. So that's the number one thing they get. The number two thing they get is a measuring capability. We include a user probe on the system that will measure user experience benefits so that they understand exactly what they're getting for the additional service. And thirdly, we're adding some control to the actual captain or navigator of the ship or the remote site so they can see what's going on in the network at all times and report issues and see the performance of each link to verify that their customers are happy on the ship or on whatever craft they happen to be on.
But what about your existing channel partners? Does it compete or enhance?
We were very careful to enhance the partner's position with this. You might know that many of the integrators, service providers out there are now reselling some LEO service, oftentimes at no profit, right? They are passing it through. And so we give them another tool to sell the LEOs in addition to the GEOs they already have, or maybe cellular service they have on board a craft, a remote device. And with this, they can improve the user experience, which essentially pays for the service with increased capacity. As I mentioned, 30% increased capacity. And it gives them something to combine these technologies with that makes sense. So they can also manage this from their sites as a partner. They get a XipLink management system, and they're able to manage all the remote systems together using this. So there's actually a big benefit to the partner that way.
But there are
sorry to overrun you here. The other point I should probably make, Richard, is partners can still sell our technology. So if the buyer just wants the technology and they don't want to buy a service, the partners can still sell the technology.
Okay. But there are obviously other aggregation services out there. What differentiates XipNet?
Yeah, there's several companies out there that will take different kinds of links and bond them together, and they've been out there for a while and they've done quite well. The big differentiator is we add WAN optimization to that capacity. And the second biggest differentiator is we have a cap of 1 gigabit per second, which is about 5 times higher than any of the cloud offerings today in the marketplace. So if you combine even 2 LEOs, you're going to be beyond 200 megabits of capacity. So we have plenty of capacity to each user, guaranteeing 1 gigabit per second. It's also unmetered, so we don't charge for overages. And today, if a customer were to go over 200 megabits, for instance, on the existing services, they would pay overage charges, and they never have to worry about that with XipNet. They can just run right up to a gigabit and they won't be charged anything extra.
Okay. But so when will XipNet be available for active service provisioning?
Right now, we're in testing of the system. It's working quite well already. We anticipate being done with that testing in late July, and then customers can come online starting in late July, early August.
Okay. And XipNet, sorry, what's next for it? You're obviously planning ahead.
Yeah, that's right. I think what we're going to be focusing on early is adding more and more capability to the remote navigator. This is the control for the person managing the site at the remote location. Right now, what we'll give them is some statistics and information about status of each link. And then what we'll add to that is some level of control. So if they want to change the balance of the links, or if they want to change their home port access, there's a feature in the system that allows you to terminate in any of the hub sites we have around the world. And therefore you could terminate in the US or terminate in Europe or terminate in Asia. And we'll give the navigator the opportunity then to select which one of those destinations is intact at that point in time.
Well, Jack, sounds interesting. Thank you for explaining.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you having me on board.